What Schrodinger could not figure out, as Fred Alan Wolf points out, is that Schrodinger wondered what was the source of the photon when it was emitted by the quantum jump of the electron. And Schrodinger knew it was a higher harmonic, a different frequency. And what Basil J. Hiley has done is shown by taking the limit of the order of h bar squared means that you reveal the underlying non-commutative process that then derives the Schrodinger equation. And so Schrodinger had created the equation without realizing the non-commutative origin of the equation that he was using. And so in quantum physics, the Heisenberg uncertainty principle is assumed to have a minimal size of h bar, or the reduced form of Planck's constant, divided by 2. But this is a cover-up of the non-commutative phase, whereby you have 2 points in the Hilbert configuration space for the non-commutative phase for each particle. So one particle, whether it's the electron or photon, has 2 points in the configuration space. Because of this non-commutative process of the future and the past overlapping simultaneously. So this is what Basil J. Hiley is explaining is the truth of the Bohmian quantum potential. And we can see the problem from when Planck was inspired by equal tempered music tuning, and then he converted the energy, the frequency of the from the spectroscopy into joules as density for energy. And since joules uses seconds in the units, then Planck was able to cancel out the seconds for the frequency. So then what remains is just a frequency in as a constant in geometry without while ignoring, as an angular frequency, but ignoring the actual non-commutative process in time with the frequency that's non-local. So you have this non-local time that's underlying the non-local space, and that's the deeper dynamic or process that is the truth of the non-locality in as an information of form from this within Planck's constant squared. So you have a negative frequency and a negative probability from the original Ritz-Rydberg combination principle that Heisenberg realized was non-commutative. And so this is also what Louis de Broglie had first realized when he was critiquing relativity from the perspective of quantum frequency of Planck's constant. And so when he discovered the problem with relativity requiring a second time from the future, going the opposite way in terms of the spatial measurement of wavelength, then in order for quantum physics to coexist with relativity, this was his greatest discovery, his law of phase harmony. And this critique of relativity is what Schrödinger covered up in order to just build on de Broglie's deduction of the wave model of matter from momentum. So the momentum was now associated with the wavelength from Planck's constant. And what got covered up was this deeper non-commutative phase with relativity. So it's a underlying non-local truth that is before space-time in relativity. And that's what as Basil J. Hiley points out, the big problem is the physicists then try to add quantum physics to classical physics. And when they do that, they take a global limit before they look at the limit of the particle. And that's what that's the error of quantum field theory, as Jean Brumon also points out. And so by taking a global limit instead of the particle, then you ignore the proven truth of the quantum non-locality as proven in the Bell inequality experiments that disproved Einstein. And so by doing that, you then cover up this novel quantum potential force that explains the paradoxes and mysteries of quantum physics. and also explains other anomalies in quantum biology, like levitation and precognition and telekinesis and telemetry. Is that what it's called? Telemetry. And long distance healing and lots of other stuff. So it all has to do with the Dirac. They ignored the quantum potential because they thought it violated the Heisenberg uncertainty principle of position and momentum. But when you realize that momentum originates from frequency and time, then when you take the limit of Planck's constant squared, then you get the second order derivative based on form, and that second order derivative based on form then reveals the noncommutative phase that has 2 points in configuration space, and so therefore the particle is what they call a shadow manifold of this deeper nonlocal process in pre-space, where the future is anticipating the present, and there's no instant of a particle in time. There's always these two times that are overlapping, and that changes the definition of a particle. And there you have it.